What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be featuring the new cards for Crystal Beast that we'll be getting next week with the structure deck. But before I begin, if you happen to enjoy content like this, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So, to begin, I'm going to start by reading some of the new cards, and you can see that we're actually playing a Advanced Crystal Beast, which is the only one that we're playing, and this one reads, like the rest of the Advanced Ritual Beast, or Crystal Beasts, if Advanced Dark is not on the field zone, send this card to the graveyard. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add one Advanced Dark from your deck to your hand, so this is the reason why you're playing it. Once per turn, you can target one Advanced Crystal Beast card you control, either return it to the hand or place it on the top of the deck. And if this face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it face-up in your spell trap zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard like the rest of your Crystal Beasts. The second one here we have is Bridge of the Heart, and this one reads, during your main phase, you can normal summon one Crystal Beast monster in addition to your normal summon set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy one Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add one Crystal Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. If a Crystal Beast card or cards is placed in your spell trap zone, even during the damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls, return both it and this card to the hand. So while in this build, this last effect may not come up as much, in the other build I'm going to show it actually might. So to begin, I'm going to start by using the Crystal Bond to play around Droll. This way we can get the Cobalt Eagle and put the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in the spell trap zone. You do this to play around Droll so that no matter what, the Rainbow Dragon can get you a body on board. And as you see, we're going to get the Turtle. So it's important to note that I added the Cobalt because it's a winged beast, and typings do matter. So you'll see that I'm going to add the Rainbow Dragon there, then I'm going to use the Rainbow Bridge here, add the Awakening of the Crystal Lord, and this one reads, if you control an ultimate crystal monster, activate one or both of these effects, and resolve in sequence or reveal one ultimate crystal monster in your hand and activate one of the following effects. Take one Rainbow Bridge card or one Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And the second one reads, special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, graveyard, or spell and trap zone, and you can only activate one Awakening per turn. So as you can see, with the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon getting us the Search of the Rainbow Dragon, we now have the Awakening live, and we can continue with our hand. So I'm going to use the Cobalt in order to add the Advanced Dark, and then I'm going to normal summon the Pegasus here to equip the Tiger, which is also important. You want to get that or Mammoth. And now I'm going to use the Awakening to special summon Carbuncle, and now we can use its effect, special summon the Tiger, go into Cherubini. This is also important because you're going to send your last level 3, and from there you're going to go into Dugaris, and now Dugaris can special summon back the Pegasus, and from here you can put the Mammoth in the spell trap zone, which now you can use the Bridge, normal summon the Cobalt after using the Advanced Dark, which turns all your Crystal Beasts into Dark. And this is the reason why I went about it this way. It's to go into Curious, which Curious allows you to go and send your Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, which reads, if there are 2 or more different monster types among the level 10 or higher monsters on the field, shuffle all cards except this one from both players' hands, fields, and graveyard into the deck, then each player draws 5 cards. And while that effect might be a little bit crazy, the one that you really want here is you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Crystal Beast monster and field spell from your deck to your hand, and keep in mind that's any field spell. You can only apply each effect of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation once per duel. So we're going to get the mills off Curious, but chain the Salvation first, getting the addition so that we don't mill them. And from there, I'm going to summon the Griffin, and there's a bug on EDO Pro in which I cannot use Griffin for whatever reason, as I did link summon it, had a discard, was under no restrictions or anything of the sort. So keep in mind that you can discard the Rainbow Dragon, and I milled these on purpose in order to show that you could get Conclave or the Miracle. Then you can fuse into your Rainbow Overdragon, which you'd actually really only do in specific circumstances, as this is a matchup-specific play that you're kind of making with all the resources that you're investing here. But it's still a combo that I wanted to show because it's a line of play that hasn't been explored with the Advanced Dark and being able to change the attributes of the Crystal Beasts. So now I'm going to show a similar combo with the same hand, except this time I'm going to take a different line, and you're going to see that I'm going to start by using the Crystal Bond, much like the previous combo. And from here I can use the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, summon the Turtle, add the Rainbow Dragon, use the Advanced Dark to get the Advanced Dark. Then we can get the Rainbow Bridge effect to add the Awakening of the Crystal Lord. We can normal summon the Pegasus. From there the Pegasus will equip the Tiger. We can then activate the Lord and special summon a copy of Carbuncle here as we special summon the Tiger, and from there we can go into Cherubini, put our last name in the graveyard, and then we can go into Dugaris, and I didn't mean last name, but it's one of the last names, the last level 3, and then we can special summon back to Pegasus off the Dugaris, equipping the Mammoth, or putting it in the Spell Trap Zone, which is the last name. And from there, we can use the bridge here, normal summon the Cobalt, special summon the Rainbow Dragon, use the Rainbow Dragon to go into the Overdragon, then use the Cross Sheep here to special back Carbuncle, then Carbuncle can special summon the Mammoth, use the Heart here to destroy the Mammoth, put it into the Spell Trap Zone, and add the Crystal Miracle to hand, in which then we can activate the Advanced Dark, go into Curious, then get the mill there for the Salvation. The Curious will mill 3 as I get the adds as Chain Link 2 there. And from there I go into Appaloosa. As you see, the Griffin doesn't even work on solo mode apparently. But we're not done yet, as we are going to now make the Rainbow Dragon Overdrive with the Crystal Beast and 7 names in the graveyard. Finally, we can set the Miracle, activate the Ancient City, and end our turn with an Appaloosa, an Overdragon, and the Overdrive here, which is conflicting in its own way, as you kind of do set up a lot of cards on field here, but it's a good way to retaliate to your opponent once they've gotten through a majority of your board. You also have the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in order to special summon itself when an attack involving a Crystal Beast happens. So now I'm going to read you through the last new card here, which I forgot to read you guys, I'm sorry. Crystal Miracle reads, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, destroy one Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate the activation. And if you do that, destroy that card. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in a spell trap zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card. Place one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only use this effect of Miracle once per turn. So to take you guys through the rest of the structure deck cards coming out, besides the Overdrive here, which reads, must be special summoned from your extra deck during a duel, you special summoned an ultimate crystal monster by banishing the above cards from your field and or in graveyard. Gain 7,000 attack while you have 7 or more banished Crystal Beast monsters with different names, so it's a good way to OTK. And if this card did not battle this turn, quick effect, you can tribute this card, shuffle as many cards on the field as possible into the deck, and if you do, special summon any number of your banished Crystal Beast monsters. So there's definitely some plays you can make off that on follow-up. As for the new main deck monsters, you can see this one has the same as the Cobalt, in which if Advanced Dark is not on the field zone, you send it to the graveyard. And this one is basically regular Pegasus, in which if this card is summoned, you can place one of your Advanced Crystal Beast monsters that is banished in your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell trap zone as a continuous spell. Then we have Mammoth, which is basically the same thing with the Advanced Dark and the field spell zone, but once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets your Advanced Crystal Beast card and or Advanced Dark, you can negate that activation once per turn. And once per turn, when your Advanced Crystal Beast monster is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack. As for Tiger, it makes it so that Advanced Crystal Beast monsters you control gain 400 attack and defense, and your opponent loses that much as well. And then the Cat just allows you to attack directly with your Advanced Crystal Beast monsters, but the damage inflicted to your opponent is halved. As for the Turtle, quick effect, once per turn you can target one face-up monster on the field, change its battle position. And then the Ruby Carbuncle Advanced version is kind of interesting because it reads if this card is treated as a continuous spell, you can special summon this card, then you can special summon as many Advanced Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your spell drop zone. So this is kind of what the regular Carbuncle wishes it was, but the stipulation of the whole Advanced Dark thing is kind of what kills this card in terms of playability. Then we have the Crystal Protection, which reads, target one Crystal Beast monster card you control, destroy it, then special summon one Crystal Beast token with the same original type, attribute, level, and attack and defense. If a Crystal Beast card you control is placed in your spell and trap zone, and this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card, special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your spell and trap zone. And then finally, for the traps, we have Crystal Grace, which allows you to special summon up to 2 Crystal Beast monster cards from your spell and trap zone, and if you do, gain life points equal to their total original attack. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it is a Crystal Beast monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard, and you can only use that effect once per turn. And then finally, for Crystal Brilliance, you can only control one of it, and Crystal Beast monsters you control gain attack equal to their original defense. Crystal Beast cards placed in your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, you can send this face-up card. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, you can send this face-up card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard. Also, any damage you take this turn is halved. So again, a lot of cards that you won't really be playing here. I think the best ones that we got here are Overdrive, the Awakening of the Crystal Lord, the Bridge of the Heart, and the Cobalt Eagle along with the Advanced Dark. As you see, I wanted to basically play 3 copies of the field spell, with 2 being the monster, in order to search it. And I also didn't want to play only 2 of the field spell and the Advanced Cobalt combined, because I still wanted to see the Advanced Dark for the curious plays. So onto the card by card, you'll see we have 3 Pegasus, 1 Tiger, 1 Mammoth, 1 Cobalt, 1 Tortoise, 1 Carbuncle, 1 Cat, 1 Rainbow Dragon. I've seen some people play 2, and 2 may be correct, but for right now I'm going with 1 because it kind of feels like all you need. Then there's the 2 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragons. Wouldn't change this. The 2 Cobalt Eagles, the advanced version, and then 1 of each of the Pendulum monsters, Crystal Master and Crystal Keeper. Then we have Crystal Bond at 3, the 1 Called By, the 1 Ancient City for the Salvation, then the 3 Bridge of the Heart, the 3 Forbidden Droplet, the 3 Rainbow Bridge, the 1 Advanced Dark, the Awakening of the Crystal Lords, the 3 Super Polys, the Salvation, the Conclave, and the Miracle to round out the main deck. As you can see, this can definitely be something like Necro Valley if you would like it to be, but I put the Ancient City here as a cute option since your fusion can kind of just get you back into your Crystal Beasts, and getting Pegasus can already put 1 into the spell and trap zone. If they get destroyed, they go to the spell and trap zone as well. Then onto the extra deck, we have one Underworld Goddess, the one Appaloosa Skulldread, Nightmare Griffin and Curious, the Unicorn Cherubini, Mask, Cross Sheep, the one Dugaris, Baguska for your plan B, the Overdrive, the Overdragon, Garura and Mud Dragon with the Super Polys are here because Advanced Dark turns all your Crystal Beast dark, so there is definitely some cute stuff that you can do without necessarily needing your opponent to have a second dark monster. So for this second build here, and this one was featured on MBT's channel, I show it because it's an alternative way to take the deck. Basically what you're doing here is you're sitting on Baguska or Dweller depending on the matchup, and then sitting on other floodgates. As you see, Salvation can search any field spell. Pegasus gets you Crystal Beast to the spell and trap zone, which can help you use Miracle. Another cool thing is that Awakening of the Crystal Lord special summons Crystal Beast from the monster deck, graveyard, or spell trap zone. So even if you start detaching for Baguska and whatever, as long as you have a Rainbow Dragon in hand, which you can search off of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, then you can get these guys back. With the nature of the deck being a more slow, control-paced type deck in which you may end on Baguska with like set 3 or 4, the follow-up can be rough, and you are dependent on your floodgates to kind of survive until your opponent expends their resources, especially with Conclave having that secondary effect in which you can send this face-up card from your field to the graveyard, then target one Crystal Beast card you control, and one card on the field, return them to the hand. But then you also have the other effect that I mentioned from Bridge of the Heart. You can return this and an opponent's card to their hand. So onto the card by card, we have 3 Pegasus, 3 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, 1 Rainbow Dragon, 1 Carbuncle, the 1 Called By, Set Rotation, the 3 Rainbow Bridge, the 3 Bridge of the Heart, the 1 Crystal Bond, you're really just getting this through Bridge, and then the 1 Necro Valley, the 2 Mystic Mines, the 3 Awakening of the Crystal Lord, which is a lot of your grind game, the 3 Droplets, the 3 Foolish Burial Goods to help you get into your field spells, the 1 Crystal Protection, the 3 Prosperities, which you kind of want to see your floodgates and stuff in a deck like this along with your starters. Then you have your 3 Miracles, 3 Conclaves, and 1 Salvation to round out the main deck. For the extra deck, we have the Underworld Goddess, Access Code, Nightmare Unicorn, Mask, the Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, Lena, the Barricade Board Blocker, the Zeus, the Dingirsu, Dugaras, Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon, Baguska, and your Lightning Chidori to round out the deck profile. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. Normally, I do like to go more in depth into these kind of videos because they are new stuff coming out, but it's just I felt like there was a lot of unexplored stuff, like that Curious line, which made me kind of digress on how much I wanted to show. Anyways, thank you for watching. It's Bones, signing out.